Well, ladies and gents, hello. Yeah, you've seen the title, you've seen the thumbnail. It's interesting to see how this, well, it's now coming up to 4 years, which is absolutely insane to think of. But back in 2022, if you can cast your minds back that far, Amber Heard lost. The courts found out and proved that she was a liar. And the thing is, when you have your own therapist come out and say when he would want to de-escalate things, when she would start physical fights, he would go away. He would go and try and leave, but she would try and hit him to keep him there. And obviously, we talked about this at length over everything. But what we're going to be looking at today, folks, is you've all seen it. We have seen so many things now where we are seeing AH literally come on out, and she's now saying that she was silenced, she was this, she was that. So we're going to take a look at this first. So this is Tug. Obviously, we put a few things online ourselves yesterday regarding this. Obviously, we had the same 6 people out of the likes and the people who viewed my tweet, which I think was like in the 20 to 30,000 range, and the majority of likes was, yes, it's right. You had 6 or 7, when I last checked, it was 7 people who liked someone else's tweet saying, "You're a dumbass, you're lying." How am I lying? I've literally got the proof. I've put the proof online. It's all there. But as you can see with Tug here, AH and Variety is smearing Johnny Depp again. This is what men face when abused and falsely accused. You'll be on trial for the rest of your life even if you win, which is 100% true. You'll be on trial, but by the way, Variety, did AH's PR team write your articles for you like they did in the past? Yeah. You know, there's a lot of stuff. And this is what she put down, you know, it's, I didn't understand it could get so much worse for me as a woman using my voice. I have lost my ability to speak. I am not here to tell my story. I don't want to tell my story. In fact, I don't want to use my voice anymore. That's the problem. No. The problem is you can use your voice, but you lie. That's the problem. And if you just go down by here, obviously you got Real Laura B. I don't want to tell my story because it was all lies. Obviously, we got all of the documentation. You know, on this channel, Les's, Steve's, Soup's. You know, we've got, obviously, Laura as well, Tug. Everyone. Legal Bites. So many of us went through all this. Andrea Burkhardt. There's so many people who we all got together and we found out everything before the trials. And we were like, it's going to go this way. And we were right. But yeah, as you can see, you know, really, despite all of this, how much more attention do you want? You know, we got Femme. Free speech never allowed protection for defamatory speech. AH was found to have defamed Johnny Depp. She's complaining not because she lost her right to free speech, but her right to false abuse allegations. That should give anyone pause before supporting her. Yeah, it's interesting to see because a lot of her support now has kind of died down. And this person by here, yeah, AH is Diddy. 1000%. Let's have a look at the actual article, shall we? So, AH returns in Sundance doc about women silenced by defamation suits. Recalls a Johnny Depp trial. I didn't understand it could get so much worse for me. Again, it got worse because you lied. That is the problem. You lied. It's absolutely insane that she could do this 4 years after the event. And it's almost like her and her team or whatever, they're trying to rewrite history. They're trying to make it suit their agenda, but it's not going to work. It's almost like they thought, 4 years is gone. We'll do this little interview for this documentary and we'll get on. But the biggest problem about all of this and this documentary that's going to Sundance, it's more than likely got some, or the majority of the actual documentary, probably real victims. But with her, she's making a mockery of these people. She really is. And the biggest problem with that is people are going to look at this and they're going to go, I'm not watching that. You got a liar in there. and all these other victims are not going to get anything because of her. But they don't want you to think like that. They want to think, oh my god, look at this. Oh, she was silenced. She was this. She was this. No, she wasn't. She was silenced because her lies, told by herself, her therapist, her acting coaches, and all these people, they all told them, yeah, she was doing this. She was horrible. When your own therapist says she would start the physical fights and he would try and get away, go away from her to de-escalate it, you must really be thinking highly of yourself. If people are going to hear that and go, oh, good for her. No. Anyway, the document. AH makes an unexpected appearance in a timely new documentary premiering at the Sundance Film Festival about accused men weaponizing defamation lawsuits to silence women speaking out about this. Silenced, playing the World Cinema category at the annual festival, bowed on Saturday afternoon from director Selena Miles and international human rights lawyer Jennifer Robinson. The film follows numerous women, including a journalist, who were impeded in their search for justice, thanks to 9-figure defamation suits. Robinson assisted AH in her participation in a 2018 lawsuit filed by AH's ex-husband Johnny Depp against The Sun, and again with that, the judges who were doing the appeal, they even said Johnny Depp never had a fair trial. We watched that live over on Stevie's channel. Then, America, oh, they've already done this in the UK. The judges in America, no, he never had a fair trial. And especially when you have Lord Justice Nicole, the guy who oversees the UK trial, when his wife was going out to dinners and AH and her team just happened to be there. Come on. This going on that the paper ran a story criticising Johnny Depp's casting in the Warner Brothers Fantastic Beasts film franchise, citing accusations of this against Johnny Depp by her. But again, no, what did we have? 2024, you had Dan Wootton, the guy who wrote the story in The Sun, actually come out and go, I should never got involved, she lied to me. This is how some of these people are so fucking stupid. It's like, well, you know now that she lied to you. That technically makes the lawsuit from The Sun and Johnny Depp complete zilch. Because the person who wrote the article, oh no, he's this, oh, she told me, remember there was photos of those two, and then it's like, nah, she actually lied to me. Come on. If anyone still believes her, I really feel sorry for them and their family because they seem to be led by the slightest little, oh no, sort of thing, you know? But as it goes on, AH agreed to sit for the interview in silence, the first film she's appeared in since 2023's Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. That's because no one will hire her anymore. The actress was clear about her motives and joined the production. This is not about me. But the biggest problem, though, it is. This is about her. And obviously, throughout the entirety of this documentary, no one is picking up anything else. It's all just because AH is in it. That's the problem. As I said, this is going to give the people who are actually victims in this documentary just bad shit going to happen to them. It really is. Because of her. People are not going to believe him. Because of her. So again, we saw, you know, don't want to tell her story, blah, blah, blah. This is what she said bluntly, sitting for a confessional chat with Miles. AH is joined by subjects include Brittany Higgins, a political staffer who brought an allegation against a superior in Australian Parliament, Catalina Ruiz Navarro, the editor of Latin American magazine Volcania, who was sued by director after publishing serial allegations, of misconduct against him, and I don't want to butcher that name, so I'm not going to try and pronounce it, I do apologise, the human rights attorney. Speaking at the Variety Studio presented by Audible at Sundance, Robinson warned of this chilling effect defamation suits have had on the ability of women to come forward, let alone have their day in court. In the post-Me Too world, we saw women break the cultural silence, speaking out publicly about gender-based this. What we then saw is their alleged perpetrator bringing a defamation claim saying, this is not true, it's defamatory, and I'm going to sue you for a lot of money. First of all, with that right by there, This is absolutely perfect. Alleged perpetrator. Now, Robinson, we know who she is. You know, we covered her on the channel as well. She was involved in the 2018 lawsuit. This here, their alleged perpetrator. This is what she knows, so that she can get away with it. That's it. The attorney said that she'd advised many a client that he can sue you, just then have to prove it in court. Yeah. Straight away. He can sue you, but you then have to prove it in court. She thought she could prove it, but she literally brought only evidence that was against her. Which, it still cracks me up of how someone thought. All the evidence that she brought, it favoured Johnny Depp, not her. It's literally mind-blowing, it really is, still to this day. But then it goes on, though, her involvement in the Sun case was a catch-22. The outcome of that trial depended on my participation, and I depended on the outcome of that trial. When I first met Robinson, I immediately got the sense that she's got the bigger picture. What has happened to me is an amplified version of what a lot of women live through. Again, the way that she's going on and saying, this is not about me. This is not about me. But literally, all of this is about her talking, literally about her. It's, oh my God, it's mind-blowing. It really, really is. Saying, you know, like this by here. This actually never happened. You know, the swearing at her, yes, but no one threw trash at her. No one did. Because literally, people are filming it. You had a lot of people there who were filming and they were showing and doing photos. No one threw stuff at her. I remember the closer the trial, the idea that I could say something to the press came up. Robinson asked if I was sure about it. I thought if they throw things at me, I'll make this point more obvious. I didn't understand it because, you know, it could get so much worse for me as a woman using my voice. Yeah. And what happened? No one threw anything. This is the problem. This really is. But then it goes on to say that it's currently seeking distribution. It's absolutely mind-blowing. It really is. And it's a shame that this is still going on. And literally, it's like if you just go back to Twitter, literally everyone is like, you know, she's lying, which is, you know, fraud, which we literally got her lying, you know, it's everyone is literally like, what the hell? It's, yeah, this one by here. She said on record that she would accuse him of this and everyone would believe it. Yeah, it's, oh my God. See, you got another one by there. No, she didn't. Yeah, it's so funny. No one's going to believe you because you're a man. It's like, come on. There's so many things going on with this, and to see that they're still going with it, and she is literally trying to rewrite history, her and her PR team. It's because, well, she got 3 kids. Kids are expensive. No one knows who the daddies are, and to be honest with you, no one cares. I really do hope that the kids have a good upbringing and they are lovely kids. You know, they look lovely kids. And if she wants to, you know, if she wants to get on with her life, she can, but she's not. She keeps dragging this whole thing up. But the more than likely, the reason for this is because, well, no one wants to hire her. No one does. And it's funny because you got people going on regarding when this thing, you know, oh, Johnny Depp's getting mainstream films. He's got 2, you know, and he was literally outcasted because people believed AH. That's the problem. But then, obviously, the court case, everything came out in the wash. Everything was there, and she was made and showed that she was a liar. All the tapes, her own therapist, hell, even her own acting coach and Walter Hamada, at the time the president of DC Movies. Yeah. It's like, okay, here she goes. It's absolutely insane. It really is. But guys, I want you to let us know down below what you think of this, because we all thought that this was kind of the end of it, like a year or 2 ago, when literally everyone's like, let her get on with her life. Let her go, you know, she can go on with her life, he can go on with his. He's making movies. She said she wanted to move to Spain and have kids and literally just live a nice life, which she seems to be doing, which for that, all the best to her, all the best. You know, because everyone deserves just, if you don't want to be in the limelight, don't do it. But when you come back and you start doing shit like this, people are going to bring up every single thing that you said, every single thing that you did. And remember, there is millions and, well, actually there's billions of views out there where the majority, I'd probably say 95 to 98% of the people who have seen everything all know that AH is lying. So guys, like I said, let us know down below what you think of this. It's been a while since we've had a video regarding her because, again, everyone thought she moved on. But like and subscribe, guys. I hope you are all doing well, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.